Guys, welcome to the new Digital Marketing Nights online event. So because of the current situation, who is coming? Still we wait for people to gather. Because of the current situation, we decided to host our traditional marketing event online. First online digital marketing website. Welcome. So you guys can try our banner or sponsors. You can see our special offers they give you for free. Fill in the form, don't be shy. During the speech of our experts, please write your Q&A questions. Other participants will vote for the questions and speaker will answer them after they are live. Also in general chat, you will see a link to workshops, which will help at the end of the event. Okay, so I think we will gather a little bit more people here, and we will start in a few minutes. I will ask for our first speaker. His name is Nikita Prokhorov. He's from Reputation House. If Nikita here, please connect your camera and microphone. Let's test your connection.
Hello guys, I hope that you see me. I hope that you see me, and I will promise you one thing: we will rock together. Cheers, guys!
Rock together. Cheers. So now you go online, and you can start right now, I think. Yeah, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, guys.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you go live right now.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. My name is Nikita Prokhorov, and I will be your first speaker today. I will promise you two things. First of all, we will rock together, and yes, cheers, guys. Feel free to get some wine, some whiskey, or whatever. And second thing, I will provide you with some gifts today from me, because today I will give many free audit of online reputation from me to you. And yes, I will have a separate workshop today after my presentation and after presentation of all speakers. The first table of Reputation House, it is on the top left of your screen. It will be my table. Feel free to join my workshop and I will discuss your issues and your troubles and with your questions today. Guys, I will have presentation today. I will share it with you right now. Please feel free to send some questions to me. Please pay attention to Q&A section. On my screen, it's on the top right part of the screen. Send your questions to me, and you can vote for questions of other participants, and I will answer to all your questions if our host allows me to do it. And now I'm going to share my screen with you. Here, and here. Yes. Now I hope that you see my presentation. Check, 1 second. This. Check. Share screen. Yes. Now you should see my presentation. I hope you see it. If not, refresh your screen. It's a presentation of me. Hello, guys. Hi again. My name is Nikita Prokhorov, and I am co-founder of Reputation House. Originally, our company was founded in Moscow many years ago. But several years ago, we created our company here in Hong Kong because we are market leaders in Eastern Europe in online reputation management industry. And now we hope that we will be able to help to Asian, Chinese, Indian, and any other Asian company to improve their online reputation. You can see my contacts on the left part of the screen. Please feel free to message me in any social networks, LinkedIn, Facebook, Contact, Instagram, and you can see a QR code of WeChat. Yes, I'm a user of WeChat, and I suppose that it is the best messenger in the world. Please feel free to add me to friends and to send me your questions or your messages. And on the right part of my screen, you can see the best speaker in the world. Yes, it's me, but I was younger. Okay, let's start. Why am I a specialist in online reputation? Why do I think that it is very important for any company to look for its online reputation? You can see a chart. Yes, it is the only theoretical chart in my presentation. then we will see only cases and only some good stuff. But this survey is very important. It's a survey of Nielsen company. These are most trusted advertising formats among consumers. Please pay attention to the right part of the screen. These are top 3 most trusted advertising formats. First of all, personal recommendations. 90% of users trust to personal recommendation in online. And the second trusted advertising format is consumer opinions online. Just remember, we all have such websites like booking.com, AliExpress, and almost all of us check online reviews, online ratings, is 5 stars goods, 4 stars hotel. We trust to consumer opinions. And please pay attention to the second most trusted company advertising formats. It's company websites. Guys, 3 of these 3 top of all these advertising formats, they all are about online reputation. That is why I will try to say to you that online reputation is very important for you and that you can do a lot of useful things for your online reputation. What can we do for online reputation? I will advise you to make a screenshot of this slide because this is my life, this is my business, and I suppose that you all can do it. First of all, these are 5 elements of online reputation management of my business, of my companies, and you all can do the same for your companies. First of all, social listing. We have many services, and you can use them also, which gather any mentions about your company, about your brand online. Who sends messages to you, who created bad reviews about your company, how many likes, how many shares, and what do your competitors do in internet, and maybe your competitors create some bad reviews about your company. We can gather all this information through the social listing. We will tell you about it today. Second one, communication with negative mentions. Unfortunately, we all get bad reviews and we all get bad messages, sometimes even a black PR from our competitors and from our rivals. We should work with it. And actually, guys, I will tell you one important thing. Bad reviews in internet is okay for any business, because if we get bad reviews and bad information about us, it means that we have some clients and it means that we have some rivals. Because if we don't have competitors and if we don't have rivals and if we don't have any consumers, we will never get bad reviews. I will show you some issues how can we work with bad negative mentions today. Positive information and positive news. We have to do many work and we have to do many tasks for spreading of positive information about you, about brand, and we have to promote positive information, positive reviews, and positive news about your brands and about brands of our clients. We will talk about it today. And third, search engine reputation management. It's not search engine optimization. It is work with Google, with Yahoo, and with other search engines. We will discuss today how can we fulfill search engine result pages with positive information as with positive websites. So these are 5 main elements of our work and of our presentation today. First of all, whom can we help? These are 5 objects of online reputation. Who can suffer from bad information and who can suffer from black PR from competitors? First of all, goods. Any fast-moving consumer goods, and at least every good, every brand can suffer from bad information. Then services. It is much more complicated than goods because services get much higher quantity of bad information and bad reviews. Then brands. If your consumer and if your rivals can spoil information about your goods and about your services, they can spoil a reputation of overall brands. For example, some guys can tell to other people, Google is not good, Tencent is not cool, maybe WeChat is not cool. Why? It doesn't matter, just not cool. People can spoil a reputation of overall brand. HR branding is very important nowadays, especially in this era after COVID-19, because many brands try to get cool stuff, to get much higher quantity of employees, but people don't want to work for them because they have found many bad reviews about this employer. So HR branding is a new trend in online reputation management. And persons is most important in online reputation industry, because person, for example, headliner of this brand, can help to improve the whole reputation of brand, or if this headliner of brand will get some bad reviews and will get waves of black PR, he will ruin reputation of overall brand. So these are 5 objects of online reputation. And I like this quotation: it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about it, you will do things differently. Guys, please think about it, because actually creation of cool online reputation takes 3, 4, 5 months. It's a very, very long way. It's a very, very long work. And we will have to do many for you, and you will have many things for your brand to create a good online reputation. And unfortunately, one bad news and one bad review can ruin your reputation. So please pay attention to your online reputation. Let's start. Social listening. It is the beginning of overall work on online reputation. My friend Dima, who will be your second speaker today, will tell you many interesting things about mobile application, about social listening. Just look at brief information about social listening. Social listening and monitoring. There are many services in the world. Please pay attention to, for example, to BrandWatch or to YouScan and to IQBus. It's one of the biggest online reputation services in Eastern Europe. What can we gather through social listening? First of all, yes, pay attention to the left part of the screen. Listen to my friend Dima. He will be our second speaker, and it will be main part of his presentation about social listening. But what do? We can gather information. Who left some information about our services or about our goods? Where do these people do it? Maybe in Russia, maybe in Hong Kong. Maybe they leave their reviews in booking.com. Maybe they leave their reviews in AliExpress. What do they think? Maybe they discuss pricing. Maybe they discuss promotion. Maybe they discuss some details about our advertising campaign. We'll have to pay attention to it. How many likes? How many shares? Overall engagement. Actually, the fact of bad review is not very important. Much important information is how many likes are here and how many shares are here. Maybe people will never see these bad reviews, and maybe other people try to share and to spread these bad reviews. So we have to look for overall engagement, and we will be able to decide, should we do at least anything, because maybe we shouldn't do anything, and continue monitoring and keep calm. My friend Dim will tell about it. Communication with negative mentions is much more important, because actually almost all brands get bad reviews. Almost all brands get negative mentions. And we should try to do something with it. Please pay attention to my brief discussion on the top right part of your screen. Communication with offers of undesirable and bad messages about brand. Complex of actions which is aimed at decrease effect of negative mentions of the object of reputation management. Sometimes, yes, guy, by their removal and separation by using positive or neutral mentions and messages. Please make a screenshot of this slide. It's very important. There are always 2 ways of communication with negative. First of all, maybe our real clients try to leave bad reviews to us, and maybe our real clients try to attract our attention by their bad reviews, or maybe they try to chat with us and to communicate with us in Facebook or in LinkedIn of our brand. Actually, if they try to communicate with us on our website or in our social network, it is a very easy way of communication. It is a top part of the screen, it's a red part of the screen. And they can be another way. For example, they try to attract our attention on a third-party resource. For example, they try to leave bad messages to us in booking.com on somewhere on AliExpress.com. Maybe they try to leave bad reviews or about our goods on e-commerce website, for example, on AliExpress or maybe on Amazon. In any way, we will in any way of communication. First of all, we should try to make a discussion with our clients, because sometimes we can be able to persuade our client to delete bad reviews. Why? Please pay attention to the finish of this infographic. Compensating for negative. Actually, it's okay for us and it's okay for any brand to promote their clients, their frustrated clients, with promo codes, with discounts. And you should understand that sometimes people try to leave bad messages and bad reviews just because they want to communicate with somebody, just because they want to attract attention. Maybe they don't have anybody else to communicate, and they should just try to find at least any discussion. Cheers, guys. Anyway, please pay attention to the screen. I hope that you know all of these logotypes, that you see and you understand what do these icons mean. Actually, these are icons of messengers in Eastern Europe, in Europe, and in the United States. I suppose that for our friends from Hong Kong, from China, mainland China, and from India don't know all of this, and maybe even some of this. Why do I show these icons for you? Because when we have, for example, a client from Hong Kong and from China or from India, and this brand want to work in Russian market or in Eastern European markets, they don't understand why don't their clients in Eastern Europe send the messages for them in WeChat. Guys, almost all population in Russia don't know anything about WeChat. These are most trusted messengers in Russia: ВКонтакте, Telegram, LiveJournal, WhatsApp, Blogspot. If you want to work on different markets, you have to work with all these messengers. And you should be ready to work with your clients in any way of communication. And you should be ready to work with clients in Messenger, which will be okay for your client and not for you. And you will have to do all this work from this infographic in all these channels. Why? Because, for example, if we talk about Russia, for example, if we talk about Russian young population, for example, about students, these guys will use ВКонтакте, Telegram, and these guys will never leave you messages in AliExpress, in Amazon, because for younger population, it's okay to send messages in social networks and in messengers, not through websites and not through a review form on websites. So be ready to work on all these platforms. I will tell you much more about this part of work with negative on my workshop later today. And we will also discuss with you such type of work like tone of voice. It is scripts of communication with your clients on different messengers. For example, every of this messenger will require special way of communication from brand and personally from you. And we will create tone of voice today or for my workshop with guys who will join us. What is it? It is search engine reputation management. Actually, it is the most technical part of online reputation management. What is it? Please make a screenshot, make a snapshot of this part of this slide. Actually, I like it most of all. What does it mean, serum? How does it work? Our friend from first page will tell you about search engine optimization today. Yes, he is very cool, but serum search engine reputation management, it's not search engine optimization. Actually, it's much more interesting. What does it mean? Please pay attention to this infographic. We found some positive website and we promote it to the top part of search engine result pages. For example, if we talk about Reputation House, about my company and about my friends, we create positive websites about Reputation House. We found some positive news about Reputation House. Maybe we will be able to find positive reviews about our event today. and we will promote it to the top of search engine result page to the of Google, of Yahoo, or of any other search engine. So you will try to find some information about Reputation House, and you will be able to find only positive news and positive reviews about our company. So this is search engine reputation management. Now, guys, I need all your power and I need all your attention, because now I will see you something technical and maybe a little bit complicated for some of our friends. First of all, please pay attention to this slide. Actually, yes, I have seen this slide on the presentation of one of my colleagues on our last conference, but it's very cool. This is difference between different segments of internet. For example, please pay attention that China, United States, Russia, all these countries have their own search engines. All these companies have their own messengers, and they have even their own advertising engines. For example, please pay attention to the left part. If we talk about Russia, you can see that our most popular search engines is Yandex. I suppose that my friends from China, Hong Kong, and India haven't even heard about Yandex. What is that, guys? But Yandex is the most popular search engine in Moscow. And yes, we also have Google. If we talk about China, Chinese friends use Sago and their own engines. And yes, the United States use Yahoo and Google. We'll have every countries and all countries in the world have their own messengers, their own video hostings. For example, in Russia, we have two popular video hostings, YouTube and RuTube. In China, Chinese guys use Youku. In USA, people use only YouTube. If we are going to work with the search engines with search engine management in every country, we will have to pay attention to this information, and we will have to adapt our work for different search engines. For example, for Yandex in Russia and for Yahoo in the United States. We will have to create videos for RuTube in Russia and for local video hosting in China and for YouTube in the United States. So our work will never be the same in different countries. Our work will be adopted for every country. I hope that you have done a screenshot of this screen. Please feel free to take it, because I'm sure actually that it will, this slide will be different next year and the year after next, because every year some startups create different search engines and different video hostings. Yes, one more interesting website. What search engine reputation management, what can be included in this work? First of all, yes, we can create blogs on different platforms, in LiveJournal, in Blogspot, or for example, on a local blogger platform in China or in Hong Kong, in Macau, in any other country. Yes, we can create articles in Wikipedia and other online encyclopedias. We should understand that every country have its own online encyclopedias. Creation of websites with well-chosen branded domains. For example, we can create a website, Reputation House reviews.com, and this domain will be very cool for search query Reputation House reviews, for example, in Google. And yes, accounts in different social networks, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, VK. You should understand that every country, as I have already said, have its own social networks, and we will create a specialized set of social networks for every country. And yes, I hope that you have already created a social network for you in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and for example, in YouTube. Yes, guys, I have shown you my contacts, and for example, LinkedIn is included in contacts. But for example, if we talk about Russia, LinkedIn is not popular in Russia at all. Russian digital managers, they use Facebook and Instagram for communication. For example, I use LinkedIn and WeChat only for communication with my Chinese and Asian clients and friends. Yes, I have many social networks. It's part of my work.
Hey,
PR on foreign markets.
Hey, Nikita, just
what can we do?
I want you to warn that you have a lot of questions. in Q&A section. Let me ask you some questions.
Yes.
Number one got 20 votes. Where are you based?
Hello, guys. I'm Nikita, but you can see my T-shirts. It's Macau Tower. Right now, I'm based in Moscow, but almost half a year I spent in Hong Kong, and yes, I like Macau too, guys. But you can see news that I was based in Moscow in the December of last year, and actually I didn't have enough time to run away from Moscow to Hong Kong. But yes, I will go to Hong Kong as soon as possible. I hope that I will be able to arrive to Hong Kong in May of this year.
Cool. That's cool, really. The next question is where people can get your presentation. It's difficult to see the statistics because, we are using Remo. It's a kindly new platform and not all functions working very well. Some people...
Guys, please, I understand, Dima. Guys, please pay attention to details of your screen. If you see my presentation, I hope that you see this icon of the top right part of my presentation. It's full screen mode. You can switch on full screen.
One of our users in chat said that it's impossible to do in mobile version. That's the point.
Okay, guys, you can message me in LinkedIn. You can message me in LinkedIn. I will send my presentation to all of you. Let's connect.
Can you put the link to your LinkedIn account right now in chat so people can connect to you?
Of course, guys.
This is the next question.
You all will be very welcome, guys.
Yeah.
You can switch to chat and ta-da! Yes. Here's a link to my LinkedIn in general chat.
The next question is, Nikita, thank you for the performance.
Yes.
Tell me, please, why should we cooperate with you? How do you differ from your competitors?
Okay, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Actually, I was going to show one slide for you. I hope that you will be able to see it. First of all, this one, guys. Yes, I really hope that you see my presentation. If not, I will describe it to you. First of all, our main specialization is online reputation management, and we create PR and online reputation management for companies on any foreign markets. We can help our clients to promote their brands in Russia, in Eastern Europe, in Hong Kong, in China, in the Philippines, in Australia, in the United States of America. Yes, we all now live in very interesting world because we have to promote our brands in era after pandemic and the COVID-19. But who will be the first on this market? This guy will get everything for this market. What can we do for PR on foreign markets? We can promote your headliners, your brand persons. We can create content for you on local markets. We can communicate you with mass media on local markets. We can create any videos and create events for you on local markets. And who can be our clients? Whom can we help? Actually, there are several main sectors of our clients. These guys are FMCG brands, tour operators, HoReCa, real estate, personal reputation, automobile industry, high-tech, industrial enterprises. Every industry has its own specific. Every industry has its own issues and its own troubles. But yes, we will try to specialize of all set of our goods and of our services for you. I understand that I have limited time, but first of all, guys, feel free to join my workshop today because I will try to share all my information, my presentation for you and give everything personal for you. And yes, I will be able to answer to your questions personally. And please pay attention to my to my slide. I hope that my colleagues will send my link to chat now. I can provide you with gift for me. It says free audit of your online reputation. I will provide you with personal access to our mobile application. The second speaker will tell you about it. we can analyze current status of your reputation. We will create a plan of work for your reputation line. Maybe you'll be able to work with us, and you can try to work with yourself.
Yeah, Nikita,
and do it by your
thank
own.
you so much for your gifts. It is very great takeaway, really. So thank you for answering all questions. We have one more question about the SEO in China, but I think our friend Aaron will talk about SEO in China a little bit later. Nikita, thank you so much for your performance. The link for free reputation audit will be in chat very soon, or maybe right now. My colleagues will help right now. Thank you so much for your presentation, and
cheers, guys. I'm here with you.
Cheers. Okay, cheers. Okay. And now I want to invite the second speaker, Dima Sidorian. He will tell us about the application in reputation management. Here's Dima. Dima, hello, ni hao. You have some issues with your microphone. Please, right now is a good.
Hello, guys.
Do you have a glass of wine or something like that? Because it is digital marketing night. We are drinking. Oh, cheers. What is there? What is there? Whiskey?
No. I'm working.
No? Working, cognac. Okay, cheers. Okay, now, Dima, you go live with your presentation. We will ask Nikita to turn off his screen because still there is a presentation of Nikita. Are you ready, Dima?
Yes, I suppose I'm ready. I see that you hear me and see me. So I'll begin. I'll share the screen.
So you start right now.
I'll share the screen. One moment. Hope. Here it is. Share. So I think you can see presentation, and I hope you will have no problems if I turn on my video, because I have bad internet, 2 cats and 2 daughters, and it is not important to see my face, but I left my voice. So
everything perfect.
Yeah.
You can go straight ahead.
And,
okay.
About my presentations, I will left a link. You will be able to see presentation after election. It is a gift from me for you. So let's begin. I will be short. I have a small speech for you, but I hope you will think about it, and you will not have sleep today. My name is Dima. I'm a physicist. I worked in Geneva, as you know, Large Hadron Collider. That's why my English is not so clear, but I hope you will understand what I'm talking about. And 15 years ago, I worked in such place. You can see it in the picture. It's Large Hadron Collider in Geneva, and my job was to write programs using C and C++ languages that will modulate signals from detector. And here is detector, for example. And we had a lot of test information, and that was a real big data. It was a very interesting and amazing job. And we tried to predict what will happen after a collision of 2 protons with very high energy, and what will happen with the particles in detector after collision. And it was very interesting, but you can see how it looks like. It's a simulating program GANT4 for LHC, Large Hadron Collider. But I want to tell you not about physics. I want to tell you about social media. Maybe you have heard that Facebook produces billions of messages, likes, posts every day. Only imagine billions of messages every day. It's a really huge amount of information. And I think that we all have another kind of collider around us. It's social medias. And our company, me and Nikita are co-founders of Reputation House and Sidorin Lab. Next week, we celebrate our 10th anniversary. And all this time, all these 10 years, we have been doing analytics in social media. Each day, more than 100 scientists, our employees, we call them scientists, analyze millions of messages. And today I want to tell you how we use it in commercial part, what we do for business, people, and government, how we use information from social media. And Nikita already told you about reputation management, that we can help companies deal with negative messages. But I will speak about brand protection, risks, and predictions. And some statistics for you. I will send a presentation for you after speech. Some ideas about social media. Information is a bit old, but you will understand main things. First of all, a lot of people use internet and social media. That is a fact. Imagine what we do every day. We take smartphone, unlock it, and what we do, we open our social networks, messengers, and so on. And the second thing is that the amount of social media users continue to grow very fast. And last month showed us that sometime, maybe not, all people will sit at home and communicate using social media and messengers. It's sad, but it's true. You can see internet growth rankings. You can see India and China and USA first 3 places in total amount of new users. You can see this infographics after my presentations also. And last statistic slide is very interesting. How many times we are using internet, and you can see Hong Kong and Russia are similar. We spent more than 6 hours online, and the leader is the Philippines, more than 10 hours online. And what are people doing using internet? They're using social medias. First of all, remember that we are all different. And Nikita told you that we have different search engines, different social medias. And if we want to analyze what people are talking about using social media, we should collect information from all this media. Another difficulty is that we have different types of information: text, images, sound messages, videos, even messages in computer games. And when we analyze this information, we see that people talk about other people, celebrities, football players, about companies and their products. They do reviews and discuss politics. And that is the most interesting part of what they are talking about. For example, it is very interesting today to understand what people say about COVID-19. A lot of people, a lot of customers ask us to do something with fake news about COVID-19. As you can see in this picture, users write about COVID-19 about 100 million messages each week. 100 million messages each week. It's really huge amount of data. And we have good news. People and journalists write less about this illness, and I even can do a prediction when all this situation become non-popular. How can we collect information from social media? Maybe you know that there are a lot of social media monitoring tools. We have our own social media monitoring system. In this picture, you can see some social media monitoring tools, and you can see a QR code. If you use your smartphone and camera, you can load the whole Excel file with more than 20 systems, use a link or a QR code to have the whole file. And what is the most important when you choosing a social media monitoring tool? You must choose the tool that see more information than others. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, and so on. More information you see, the more things you can do with it. And another feature of social media monitoring tool is a speed of collecting information. For example, you can see Mr. Putin press conference. It is going online, and we have a lot of important messages each minute. And we have to do analytics very fast. We find messages, we do risk predictions, we make decisions, we do reactions, and then we measure results. And all this work we should do in a minute or in some minutes. We don't have a lot of time to do all these things. So when we choose a social media monitoring system, we must choose the fastest one. For such cases, when we have to be very fast, some companies and some countries construct data rooms. This is a model of data room for social media monitoring, and compare it with real data room in Geneva. It's data room for Large Hadron Collider. Do you see similarities between these two pictures? It's the same thing, but in the first case, we are talking about social medias. In the second case, we are talking about physics and particles. I already told you that we help companies and people to analyze and correct their reputation. But the most interesting thing is to do brand protection. Sometimes we protect whole countries and cities from fake news and internet attacks, information attacks. You can see an example of analytics about Hong Kong, what people write about Hong Kong, about politics, about situation. It is last year, August and September last year. You can see total mentions over time. You can see media types. You can see positive, negative messages. It's very interesting. Also, you can do some interesting analytics. For example, you can find all messages about weather. You can collect all messages where people write that it is raining, for example. When you see such messages, you can understand where is rain and when is rain. Also, you can see how it looks like. You can see how it looks using pictures from Instagram, for example. If you repeat such measurement after, for example, 10 minutes, you will see a direction and the speed of rain. So you can predict weather using social media messages, using posts from social media. Using this model, you can make a map of illnesses. You can see where people have some illnesses. For example, you can make a map of COVID-19. So we can predict future. And maybe if we can predict future, we can change future using social media tools. And yes, some months ago, we presented mobile application. It is very simple. You can install it from stores. I will give you a link. It is called Ion by Reputation House. Ion, like in physics, ions. Ion by Reputation House. You can install it. It supports various languages. Russian, English, and Chinese. But if you want another language, you can write us, and we will add it here. Using it, you can see mentions about different objects. For example, messages about Huawei. You can see it in real time. You can see each message, media where it was made. You can look through message, and you can even affect. You can tell us that the message is incorrect, this is fake, and so on, and we will deal with it using our another tools. And for example, not long ago, a big Russian company, Sportmaster, this is the largest sport retail in Russia. We had some fake news that it is closing. It was very dangerous for the company, and I can show you how we see it in application. In the left part of the slide, you see all mentions that were in this fake case. You can see negative mentions, positive mentions, each mention. You can see a map where this information was spread. And you can see some social characteristics of people that were inside this situation. Machine learning helps us to recognize such attacks before company will lose millions. And I have a gift for you. That's all about my presentation. I will remove, or I will back my video here. How are you guys? Are you alive? Cheers. I have a gift for you. You can use links. I will give you to chat them. 1 second. 1 second. I have some links where can you install application.
Great, Dima. Thank you for speaking.
I have some links to install application. You can use a phone number you see here and a very simple password to enter application, and you will see a real project of Huawei. If you want your own project, if you want to do monitoring of your company, of your country, of anything, please fill form. You can see in the link dmnights.com/app, or write to Mr. Dima, dr reputation.house. And 5 of you guys will have their own project for free. So you can see a test project of real company, Huawei, using this phone number and this password. And you can ask us to do your own project using email of Mr. Dima, or using a form link you can see.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your speech. Cheers, Dima. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. But still, we have some questions for you.
Yes.
In Q&A section, people were asking you some questions. I will start with what kind of software you use for analyzing. I think you mentioned it in your presentation, but maybe you go back and tell us something about it.
Yes, if you see my presentation, there was a slide where I showed you social media monitoring tools. We tried all of them. We tried all of them, but now we use our own application, our own platform. We collect data from social media, and we do a front end like an application. It's our own tools. So maybe you can write to me. I will give you an email. You can write to me using this email, and I will give you a list of some tools which you can use. Some of them costs a lot, but some of them are free.
I think users can message you, and you will send them a working file with different who can help with analyzing data. I will go next. There's a question about how to install this application, but you already published it in chat. So
there are direct links for iOS and Android.
Yeah.
And you can.
The next question is, in which countries you work?
Whole world, but the most interesting for us is China, because it's a great country with great companies, and they do marketing for the whole world, and it is very interesting for us because the more data we see, the more interesting marketing and the more interesting cases we make. So we like cases with a lot of data.
Great. So this question is also solved, and one anonymous user asked also to send him statistics about the Hong Kong. So I think he was very interested in the data you provided during your presentation.
Yes,
we publish your presentation and provide the link.
I think that is better to write a message to Mr. Dima or to me, and we will discuss it using email.
Good.
Maybe we can send it to you.
About your workshop today. Do you have a workshop today?
Yes, I have a workshop. I will wait you in my room. And,
yeah, it will start in 1 hour, I think.
It will be very interesting.
Okay. Collider, how it is now? Do you know anything about the Collider?
It's fine, and it works. And I haven't been there for 10 years, but my father is still a physicist, and he tells me some stories about it. But I think now I'm more a business guy than a physicist. But my physical past helps me to do very interesting things in analytics.
Dima, one more question about the application. How much does it cost?
Let's describe it in email. For example, we want to do one kind of such application for free for the whole world. It will be called brand yourself. Each of you can install it and log in using your social media. Then we understand who are you and find all messages about you in the internet, and then you use your mobile phone to prevent some bad situations about your person. So and this application will be free. It will be free.
So the cost depends on the quantity of mentions in the whole social media, right?
Yes. And when we are talking about personal reputation, we have not so huge amount of messages. But if you ask me to do analytics about, for example, COVID-19, it costs a lot.
I see. Great. One more user asks for link to the application, please, please, I will ask my colleagues to put the link in the chat right now again, so people can download it.
And also, I will put a link to my presentation.
Yeah. And also, guys, you can join Dima's workshop and ask more about application which he uses, and ask more about the data, about the Hong Kong data, and many other things. Dima, thank you so much. Cheers for you. It is Digital Marketing Nights.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you so much for your information, for your presentation. And I would like to invite our next speaker. His name is Aaron Frost. He's from First Page. It is a great company in Hong Kong. Aaron, let's test your microphone.
Hear me fine? Hello?
You look great. Where is your mask? Where is your mask?
I'm indoors now, safe.
Okay, take your time. Thank you for coming. Let's go ahead.
Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen. Today I'll be talking about SEO and what's happening currently in the industry. I will share the presentation with you afterwards, and we also have an SEO workshop. So if you stick around till the end, you can ask your questions, and I can give you some advice around what you can do for your website, given the economic downturn and the change of perhaps your industry during this pandemic. Cool. So without further ado, we only have 20 minutes together, so I'm going to go through the slides. I'm going to briefly talk about what's happening in the industry, what sort of trends are we picking up, and what you can do as a small business or as a marketer or as an e-commerce brand to both stabilize your visibility and to capitalize on some of the competitors that maybe are not investing in SEO at the current time. So I'm not a salesperson, but I do want to reinforce the message that SEO has a high ROI. So if you invest in it now, it's likely to give you good returns in the future. The organic channel tends to be, has better staying power. So if you drop the budget, you can still see the impact. Whereas with Google Ads, perhaps once you stop the budget, there's no more leads. What do people want right now, given the pandemic? Well, firstly, consumers want to go online, and we've seen an increase in internet usage. So typically, users want to get information from the brand and understand what they are doing in the pandemic, and they trust us to provide us with relevant information. Next, we see that retailers are shifting the way they do business. So it's really about adapting to the current situation and changing your business model to be able to cater for the new environment. And we see that more people are online at home and they're consuming content. So if you are a thought leader, regardless of your industry, if you're pumping out content now that shows support and shows insights, you will be remembered, and you will attract customers when things do improve. What do we see that's trending at the moment? Well, firstly, we see spikes in how to do things by yourself at home. Less people are leaving the house. So we've seen spikes in terms of how to cut your hair at home and how to fix this and how to fix that. And people are very concerned about their health. So they're panicking about how to take care of themselves and make sure that whatever goods they purchase online is clean. We've also seen improvements or increases in connection. People want to be connected, still online, and looking for ways to care for their community, such as adopting pets. We also see ways where people are interested to keep themselves entertained. So people are looking for ways to have fun at home. And this is things such as using streaming services or engaging in online activities such as painting or recreating famous paintings. At the same time, we see some churches have gone down. So less people are leaving the house, and that means less people are looking for restaurants near them. Same as with booking popular tourist attractions or going to amusement parks. We've seen sharp declines in this sort of industry. Same with accommodation and flights. But that's not to say things would improve or jump back in the future. And some searches are up. So we've seen massive spikes in terms of purchasing goods online, especially healthcare and groceries, such as essentials like toiletries and food. People also taking the initiative to cook, and we've seen spikes in recipes and how to prepare certain dishes. And people are looking for alternatives and businesses that can keep them connected. So not just the market leader, but other solutions. So this gives room for other competitors to also perhaps jump into a popular niche, such as web conferences and live streaming. And this is just a funny one that we've noticed is people want to know when is everything going to improve. That being said, some things have remained relatively unaffected. So people are still shopping for brands online. Some consumers do have the money to continue to purchase products that they enjoy. And if you're going through a certain relationship issue, you're still seeking advice. And if you have a problem with your vehicle or an asset, the search volume is still relatively consistent. So what that means is businesses in these niches or industries should continue to pump or continue to put effort or budget into SEO. What is Google doing now during the pandemic to help webmasters? And what is the search engine doing to evolve to give users relevant information? Well, firstly, Google wants to make sure that whatever information they surface is accurate and is reliable and is given on time. But there is some limitations. So Google themselves are limiting the amount of support that they can give to every regular webmaster. And this is especially around local businesses and the Google My Business listings, which means that reviews on Google My Business were temporarily stopped. Although they are starting to slowly pick up again in some countries, support is limited. So if you're trying to create a Google My Business listing now, you might wait a bit longer than typical or previously. If you're in the food industry, we recommend you update your online profiles to tell consumers your new operation hours, whether you're still open and whether you offer deliveries and how safe or what sort of procedures you have put in place. So on Google search, we can see in the local map pack, the local listings, that you can close your business temporarily and you can adjust your service offering. So no longer offer dine-in, but now you can add takeaway and delivery. So these are two new attributes that Google My Business offers. If you're in retail, Google My Business as well allows you to temporarily close your storefront. If you're a brick and mortar store, you don't want customers rocking up at your shop if you've closed due to the pandemic. So I would advise you to update your GMB. You can also create posts, and Google has created a new type of post called the COVID-19 update, where you can reach out to consumers and let them know what steps you have taken and what they need to know in terms of shipping, delays, inventory, and availability. Another technical optimization from a search perspective is by using structured data. This is semantic markup that will help improve your search results on Google. So if you have an announcement to make, or you're in the healthcare or government industry or field, you most likely want to take advantage of this. And this is how it looks in the back end. It's basically marking up specific data points so that Google can pull it in and show it in the search results. So this is how it looks if somebody was looking for information. You can now see the frequently asked questions, and it takes up a larger portion of the search results and gives the user immediate information without them having to navigate through your whole website. There's also a new schema markup for events. So if events have been canceled or if they've moved online, Google now supports this feature, and you can let your customers know that the event will be hosted elsewhere or if it's postponed. And it looks something like this in the search results, where the status is no in-person attendance or it's online. Google's also made some changes to how you can advertise on your website, and they've limited certain types of products to prevent people from capitalizing on the pandemic. And Google has made it easy for webmasters to notify customers and their search team of changes or announcements that you want to make in relation to the COVID-19. So if you're listening now and you're a marketing manager or a local business or a webmaster, what can you do right now to your website to help consumers? Well, firstly, it's to not stop working on your website. People are going to continue to search, and I would argue that searches are up right now. More people are online than ever before, and when things do stabilize, there's going to be a surge in demand, and you want to be ranked when that. Firstly, let's tell consumers what is going on. You let your customers know any updates relevant to your business. What are the new working hours? What measures are in place? What is still available or not? Here's a good example of a website that they're landing. They've closed due to the 19, and they can stay tuned or updated via social media. It's small changes like this that will help notify your customers and potential consumers what is happening regarding your website, given the current circumstances. You can add it to the meta description, just like Urban Outfitters have done, letting customers know exactly what is going on. You can go one step further and create a frequently asked question page, or have a single page dedicated to announcements around the pandemic. So what is available, safety procedures, delays in delivery, etc. Here's a good example of a hospital in London that has changed their homepage banner to speak very much in terms of what people expected or most likely searching about. So they know that most people landing on the website now want to know about how to stay safe, how to diagnose any sort of symptoms, and that's why they've updated their landing page to speak to the relevant audience. Continue to publish content. So work through your content calendar, but just be sensitive to the current situation and update any posts that might be too self-promotional at this time. Here's a travel website that talks about visiting London, and now they've crafted the content to better talk to what people expect. So visiting London virtually. Here's more examples of articles that are better aligned to answer questions that are relevant to what people are looking for now. And here's Fitbit, and they've reshaped their content strategy to cater for people that are obviously stuck at home but still want to be active. Here's Harvard University, who have revamped their whole homepage, and each point on the homepage is now very much aligned with the pandemic. So changing business hours, what they are doing in terms of contributing to the resources, and what their students should know. If unfortunately you cannot stay active, or you're having trouble with cash flow and you need to close your business for whatever reason, you have to let Google know. You need to do something on your website so that people realize that you're no longer serving them. And it can be simple as a notification like this, letting customers know that you're temporarily closed and that they shouldn't try to place an order or contact you or visit your business. Further to that point, for local businesses, some very quick fire tips would be to give relevant information, reinforce your messaging, and more warp it or change it to adapt to the current times. Make use of gift cards and bundles to cater for bulk purchases and to support local businesses, and continue to produce useful information. Here's a good example of a gym in Australia that has updated their service to go online so that people can work out at home. So they've done a Google My Business post, letting customers know that they've made updates to their gyms and it's no longer open. They've added an FAQ page to their website to let customers know of any relevant updates to their memberships. And they've created a whole new page that encourages people to continue paying their membership fees, and that they will offer all classes online. So their gym instructors, their personal trainers, will now conduct courses through their private community platform. So they've created a Facebook group, and that's encouraged their community to stay loyal and for them to come together. And they've posted relevant content to help people work out at home. If you're in e-commerce, If you are having problem with shipping or you have no out of stock products, I would recommend disabling your cart functionality. So prevent people from being and trying to purchase something on your website and then they cannot check out because it's out of stock, or you have problems with shipping or stock. Or if you do have availabilities, let customers know that there might be delays or what procedures you've taken in order to ensure that the products are safe, and what sort of procedures they know when it comes to picking up. Do they offer curbside pickups or contactless pickups? Here are some good examples of e-commerce stores that have crafted their message to better speak to the current affected population and people that are maybe wanting to create or reach out to their consumers, but have been impacted negatively. So MailChimp is helping them get started online. Here's an example of just a regular e-commerce store that hasn't actually done anything. So it's hard to tell whether they're still operating under normal circumstances, whether they have any shortages, or what are the delays to be expected. But here's a better example, and it doesn't look very pretty, but it does the job. It tells consumers or anyone landing on the website what they should be mindful of, that there will be delays in shipping because of high volume, more traffic and higher volumes of purchases. Here's a good example of a flower delivery service that they've really changed the way they're trying to push their brand. So they're looking to help out people that have been negatively impacted, and they have a COVID-19 page that tells people about the current situation. Whereas this business hasn't really done anything. They're still promoting the same call to action before the pandemic. So they haven't really updated or changed their landing page. Here's an e-commerce store in the US that has now offered curbside pickup. So you don't necessarily have to go into the store. You can order online and pick it up without needing to come into contact with anybody. This is Target. Same with Kohl's. Both big e-commerce stores in the US have adjusted their business model for the current pandemic. Here is a holiday package brand that usually sells packages around Europe, and now they've started to offer new services. So now you can purchase online home experiences and travel the world virtually with them. So it's being creative with what you can offer if your business has been impacted. And finally, here's an example from the North Face. They've offered discounts to people who work in the healthcare industry. So doctors, medical staff, just to show their support. So if you can in any way support people that are risking their lives to help others, or they have been impacted by the pandemic, now's a good time to show your support. So to wrap up, and I hope I didn't speak too quickly, just be current and transparent, show up in new ways. So use the structured data, use Google My Business, change your landing pages to speak to the audience that is at home and they want to see a message that's more tailored to their current circumstances. Use data, keep up to date with the search trends, what is changing, and yeah, keep an online presence. Don't cut yourself out completely. That's all from my side.
Aaron, okay, thank
If you
so
have any
much.
questions,
Very
you're welcome to
interesting
shoot them through.
presentation. Thank you so much for your time. We have some questions, and some of them are really strange, but let's go ahead. So the question number one, how can we contact with you? I think that you should post your contact data here in chat. So your LinkedIn profile or something like that. It would be great. Yeah.
Okay, I'll post my LinkedIn profile to the chat.
The next question is, no, I want to go with the second question. It is, are you married? No, you're not. So put your contacts right now here because it is a very popular question. Okay, the next one is, do I need SEO if I have only Tilda business card website? Tilda.
Tilda business card websites. I'm not particularly sure what this is, but if there's
Tilda
search
is
volume,
the same like
and I'm
Wix
most
or WordPress or something like that. So it's a platform.
okay. Regardless of your web platform or content management system, if you want to be discovered on Google search and you want customers to find you organically, you need to implement some sort of SEO.
Good.
So
good,
yes.
Good. The next question is, what do you think? How will SEO world will change in the next 6 months?
We're seeing fluctuations between non-essential and essential retailers. No one knows for sure how long the pandemic will endure for, but people are at home and they are searching. So it's important to maintain your personal or your business profile online. And how will SEO change? To be honest, it's always changing, and I don't think it will be impacted too much by the current situation.
Any SEO advice strategy for travel industry?
So I've given some examples. If you're in the travel industry, you have to think about how you can offer alternative products or services given the current circumstances. So change your business model or start offering products for the future. So people are already shopping for next year, 2021. So they are hopeful that this pandemic will end, and you want to be ready to capture that demand when it does. So if you're in the industry or in the travel industry, now's a good time to work on your website, improve the page speed, improve the user experience, and start thinking about new products and how you can reach out to that demand in the future.
Great. Any SEO advice for China search engine? For example, Baidu, Youku, and maybe other.
Sure. So all search engines work in a similar way. They're trying to give their consumers or their searchers the most relevant and accurate information. So the points that I've talked about here for Google work similar to Baidu. The only difference is with Baidu, it caters to a predominantly Chinese-speaking audience. So same thing, you want to make sure that your website is talking to its consumers and letting them know about any updates or delays or changes in operations, and employ the same tactics. So use meta titles and meta tags and create good content. Is helpful to users.
Good. The next question is about the sharing your presentation, but I think that people can contact you and you will share your presentation doc with them. Okay. How to increase page?
I shall do.
Sorry.
So I'll post my LinkedIn in the chat. I'll post my LinkedIn in the chat, and I'm happy to share the presentation with anyone who wants it.
How to increase page speed in WordPress? I don't think it's the question is for you.
Consider using a plugin, and the most pressing issue or the most common issue we find is with images. Images typically are too big.
Great.
The file size.
Budget for the SEO. I think you can ask directly in private messages with Aaron. Aaron, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Great presentation. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And tell us about your workshop.
So after this, we'll do a workshop on SEO, and we'll offer advice to webmasters and marketers about how they can optimize their websites and give them some suggestions. And I believe we're also offering an SEO audit.
Great.
So I will drop the link in the chat as well.
And if you're interested, join the workshop of Aaron. He will provide you some insights about the SEO for personal use. Thank you so much, Aaron. And
yes.
I would like to invite our next speaker. Oh, great. Now it's the first girl, because all the boys, we are tired of these boys. And it is Xiu. She is working with advertisement in HKBC Media, and she would like to discuss with us and share her presentation. Oh, hi. Where is your woman?
Thank you, Dima, for the awesome introduction. I would like to first say thank you for everyone who has joined us today, especially in the middle of the week. Guys, you're awesome, and I really appreciate that you come. I would ask you to stay until the end, because me and my colleague, we prepared some special giveaway for you. We prepared some good presents. And also, of course, the workshops where you can ask your questions about your digital marketing strategies, about your SEO and online reputation management. So stay with us until the end. Again, my name is Ksю. I'm a marketing manager with 8 years of experience in the digital sphere. For now, I'm working at HKBC Media Agency, which is a Hong Kong-based marketing agency with main hub in Hong Kong. And me and my colleagues, we help various businesses to find their clients online, to build an effective marketing strategies, to find their clients and to overcome the crisis situation like this. So I hope my experience and my advices, my tips will be helpful for you today. You can ask your questions during the session, and give me a minute. I will jump into the presentation mode to show you the information. I already introduced myself. One more thing I have to mention before we get started. Just yesterday, my colleague sent me the link with a special gift for you guys. I will put this link into my presentation and put it also in the chat. So to make sure that you all have this awesome offer. Let's make a quick look at the themes that we're gonna cover today. First of all, we were gonna look at what's going on in terms of global trends and changes in customer behavior, consumption trends, and etc. Then we will divide business into various categories, and I will provide you with the tips and best practices to overcome this challenging situation. I will show you some cases from the big brands and from my experience as well, just to inspire you. And then we will see what next, and if there is a life after the COVID-19. This is 5 behavioral trends. I will just name it for now. I don't want to pay a lot of attention, because when we will jump into the strategies slide, you will see that all the strategies are actually based on these behavioral trends. First of all, we all want to stay up to date and be updated with the global trends and with the latest information. We want to discover new connections, so people now are quite open to new online connections and communities. Adjusting to changes, because in many countries people are now isolated, yes, and we have now to adapting new habits and behavioral patterns. Praising everyday heroes, we will notice that a growing appreciation for new everyday heroes who are risking their own health and safety to help others. I'm now talking about not bloggers, but about care workers who are on the front lines, or cashiers and delivery persons. And of course, the 5th trend or insight is taking care of ourselves and others. Thanks to Aaron, to the previous speaker, who has also covered a lot about the latest trends and what is going on in search engine and in terms of conversion rate. I will just give you an example of top searches. This screenshot made from Google Trends. Maybe who someone doesn't know, it's a great, powerful tool to track what is going on in a separate niche or in a separate country. You can stay up to date with the data with this free, powerful tool. You can see the splash in the trends here, and which countries was affected most. What is going on is, in cases of traffic, what we noticed that, of course, increasing traffic in news and media websites, in websites offering delivery from grocery stores and cafe restaurants, and of course all that related to business services like online conferences and so on. And sadly, if you are, of course, in the travel industry, you will see the drop down in traffic. But I have a good news for you as well, because what we noticed is that traffic it's not all, and in some categories we've noticed that the CR rate, so conversion rate, is increased. For example, among our clients, we noticed that cost per acquisition in some niches decreased. For instance, it happened in online conferences, where cost per registration now are way more cheaper than it was before. So now when we got a quick look at the situation in the world trends, and we are aware of the situation, we can now classify the companies for its stages. I classified companies by its position, not for a niche, for a reason, because first of all, it can be completely different situation in the same niche, and second, you can catch up the ideas from the different categories and test it in your business as well. Under each type, I put tips and best practices from my experience and from the world experience. So let's start with booming industry. What is going on? The symptoms are you are on top and orders are splashed. You probably are working in news and media websites, maybe in some business management tools, something vitally essential, or maybe in food delivery or etc. This is a good side that orders are splashed and your product is matter now, but be aware and make also some changes for your strategy to stay on the top. First of all, you need to adjust communication channels and the budget for a reason. Keep in mind and do not forget to track your mentions, brand mentions, because if the negative appears, it will splash in seconds now, and people would never forget the bad service or spoiled products that you deliver in this difficult period. Support your reputation management activities with ads, as well as tell people how you are going to handle the situation, and if you fail in something. Use all the possible ad formats. You can adjust ad formats. Remember that people are now looking for and open for a new communication channels, and provide charity. The latest research showed that around 60% of customers were glad to know that their favorite brands provided medical support for organization, or started to produce masks and give it away for free, and preventing the pandemic in other possible ways. So the channels that probably will help you at this stage is paid search and paid social, PR, SEO, of course, online reputation management, new media channels like Twitch or TikTok, whatever. Plus, of course, analytics. You should track always your customer behavior and make changes if it needed. The next situation is when your orders are slightly changed. This related majority of businesses now in this position because they are challenged by the crisis. This is a real estate niche, home furniture, auto, e-commerce in some cases. So what you can do in this situation? First of all, you need to review all the touch points with your audience. Check your website, landing page, and information. The information there should be relevant. For example, the picture with the people close to each other, it's not really relevant now because we are isolated and we need to keep social distancing. Check usability, add subscription forms and links to social media, chatbots, everything that can improve your conversion rate and and make people communicate easily with you. So review your SEO strategy and communication strategy, be updated. I don't think that SEO will be affected a lot by the crisis, but keep tracking. Check, of course, paid search and paid social activities. I don't recommend to switch it off totally, because this will affect for your strategy later. Of course, you will not have leads, you will not have everything to work with when the crisis is over. So just check paid search and analyze your channels and keep the most profitable ones. Maybe you just can leave the testing for now, just keep running your most profitable channels, and remember that your ROAS, return on investment ratio, should be 1 to 3 or more, and in this case you can leave this channel working. Check your bidding strategies in paid search, because in some niches we see that cost per click and change it a lot, and you need to pay attention for negative queries as well, and remove everything which related to coronavirus, COVID, and sanitizers, and etc., because this queries becomes costly. Test new ideas and formats of communication. Try new segments like online webinars, everything what you can do whatever you can, and build a community. Later we will see how the community can support you during this difficult time, and I will show you the good example. Channels and tools that will help you in this position is, of course, CR optimization, conversion rate optimization, jobs to be done. It's related to your audience, paid traffic, pay attention to the ROAS, social media strategy, SEO, online reputation, new media, and analytics as well. As I said, I will show you some cases how big brands changed the strategy and communication strategy in terms of crisis. For example, KFC, they are canceled the commercial because the man here is licking the fingers, which is not appropriate now, and most of the brands changed their logo and positioning in terms of they want to show that you need to keep the social distancing, and the large brand offers the people come and wash their hands for free. What you need to do if you are survival. Gordon Ramsay is for the reason here because the hospitality sphere, the restaurants, as well as travel industries in the poor situation now. Situation is your product is not needed now. Demands dramatically decreased, and just changing the offer or conversion rate, like I showed you in the previous example, it will not help. So you need probably pivot your strategy and move online if you can. So pivot your strategy, review everything what you do. Maybe you can pivot your product. Maybe you can do some changes in your channels, how you communicate with people. Just review your business and think seriously about how to change and how to work for the future, because crisis will over soon, and our behavior is changed, but you will need something to work with in the future. Launch a new product or service if you can. Of course, support your audience, your community. keep SEO, SMM, social media marketing, and branded traffic. It's very significant now, so people will not forget you during this period. Test new ideas and formats of communication, try new segments, build your community, and prepare for new normal. The channels that will help you in this stage is, of course, community, paid traffic, but lean. Especially it would be branded search queries, social media marketing, SEO, online reputation, and new media and analytics. I would like to show you some cases from big brands and from my experience also. In case that your survival, that's not over. We supported of great, super loyal community of Airbnb. They are now launched Airbnb online experiences, and they connected global community to hard-crafted activities in cities around the world. So people who are householders can share their day-to-day duties. For example, someone doing yoga online, someone cooking, or doing another master classes online, and they support each other, and this is a very good example. Another example from the country, Visit Estonia, but later I'm in love with this offer because I never thought about to visit Estonia, but now I will think in the future to visit it. A couple of examples from my own experience is when travel agency which we are working with, we analyzed their customer base and realized that majority of their clients have kids from 3 to 7 years old. And imagine they are now sitting at home with their parents, and parents should constantly think about how to keep the kids busy so they are not annoying them. And this big travel brand, they are start to producing cartoons for the kids and give it away for free, so they support the community and give back super loyal customers for the future. So think how you can adjust your products and services in terms of market and in terms of these insights that you got. There is a fun image floating around LinkedIn and Twitter asking people what inspired their digital transformation. And I would say that COVID-19 is forced companies and marketers of all the sizes to move online and to transform their businesses quickly. And this, from my opinion, this will be a big trend for digital transformation for the nearest couple of years. If you don't online, if you don't support your community, you will probably in a bad situation in the future. So my suggestion would be keep going, be proactive, searching opportunities in these difficult times, stay relevant to your audience. Don't please exploit the situation. Review your online presence, adjust the amount of communication channels, check your reputation, online reputation management app for your help here. Pivot a strategy with new insights, reactivate your customer base, show off, and review budget. Keep running ads, don't stop. This is the best time to show off and keep moving, keep to win other markets and to improve your market share. And we know a lot of cases when the big companies and not so big actually win in these difficult times. So thank you so much. Keep in touch. Be safe. Stay with us for our networking and
don't leave us, because we have several questions for you.
Of course, I will not leave you.
Thank you for your great presentation, information you shared just with us. you should, I think you should keep your contacts, because the most trending question for you is, are you married?
No, I will definitely put my contacts in the chat, okay?
Yeah, because in my personal opinion, that maybe this event about the Tinder event or something like that, because everybody is asking Aaron and you about, are you married or not? Xiu, it would be great if you post a contact and if you post a link for the advertisement in chat, so our users and people and attendees, they can fill in the form and ask you more questions more privately. The next question is from our friend Pratik. What is your suggestion about online customized gifting business?
Online, sorry, what? I will check.
You can open the Q&A. It is about the
online customized gifting business. You know, it's not booming because everyone who stays isolated want to share with the friends. Online conferences booming, and everyone want to make some present and send something for your friends, just to keep in touch and say thank you. We see a lot of challenges in social media, and as well as when people sending each other food, gifts, flowers, whatever. So this is your time. I think you should just think what you can do to increase your budget, increase your the items you can send, pull new ideas into social media, and yeah, go on. It's your time.
Okay. There is also one more question. It is not published yet, but where is your glass of wine?
Here is it.
Oh, is it gin or is it vodka?
Pure
Cheers.
vodka.
Okay. The next one is about the Horeca. Horeca, it means hotel, restaurants, and cafe. Any specific suggestion for this business?
Yeah, you are in the hardest situation now. So first of all, if you can deliver some food for your base, you may do it. I also suggested one business so far to make like a subscription for the food. You know, it's not one-time delivery; it's subscription for a week, so you can order.
Is it a problem from Xiu or me? Just print some. I think she is disconnected. Okay, I will continue. The next question is how to spend few. Oh, she's back, isn't she? I will answer one more question while she's reconnecting to us. How to spend few money for traffic and get big revenue? I think you should ask her privately. She already published, I think, her contacts. Maybe not. I will ask my team to publish her contacts right now. Vodka has broken her connection. Yeah. So you can ask her directly. We will ask you to get back. Yeah, she's writing me right now. I think she will reconnect very soon. But during this time, I remind you that our workshops will start in 10 or maybe 15 minutes. So everybody of us need a little break after Xiu will finish her Q&A section. If you have any specific question, you can write down to me privately. I will ask. Here she's going back. Yeah.
I love my yeah.
Yeah, you know the best thing which was spoke about your disconnection. It's all about vodka.
Oh my God. This is a water, actually.
While you have been disconnected, I answered a few questions, but let's go ahead. What is your suggestion about digital marketing company in this situation? I think that you answered this already during your speech. What are you doing this evening? This evening, she hosts a workshop. I know it, yeah. But after this, you can answer.
You are the boss today. You decide what am I doing this evening.
Yeah. And the last question, I think, if I have a casino, what kind of things for marketing I can do?
Well, people are now spending more time online. So just your strategy and try new channels to get new visitors and new users to your casino, because it's plenty of services offering advertisements for casinos and it's kind of niche. Try CPA services. It's working good for the casinos as well, because the standard channels like Google and Facebook, they will not provide. They will not. You will not pass the moderation there, you know. So try CPA system, try different various teaser networks to increase the traffic on your website, and yeah, go on.
Okay, we have something interesting. One guy raised his hand and want to talk to you.
Okay.
And let's give him a possibility. Now you can connect. Oh, no, he doesn't want. So if any one of you want to ask some question for our speakers, please feel free to raise your hand. I will provide you the speaking ability and you can connect. But during people are thinking, there is one more last question. Do you think that current situation is the right time for digital marketing companies to approach fallen business or new business? What do you think?
Do you think that current situation is the right time to? Of course, yes, because not so many companies, in the majority of companies, not really decrease the advertising budgets, because they are understand that this will be affected in the future, you know. And you can pivot as well as we do, for example, the consultation and the free webinars and educational courses. It's not really what we do for making money, you know, but we are now pivoting our strategy and we are offering free consulting. We are supporting our businesses as well. We are supporting new clients to gain their loyalty for the future periods. And if you help them now, if you care about them now in this difficult situation, they will probably feel like not all for you, but feel kind of positive reviews for you for the future, because it's great competition among the digital marketing agency on all the markets. And the good things here as well, that you can now approach the good workers from other markets and good companies from other markets, because people, businesses and workers more open for remote opportunities now. This is the good side of the crisis.
Great, Ksю. Thank you for answering. I think it was just a little part of the questions. More questions are coming in your private section in your workshop. So I think we all should take a break for the 10 minutes. I will announce the starting of the workshop in 10 minutes. And thank you so much. There is no participant who raised hands who want to ask you a question. I think there is 2 more questions. Let's continue.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm from artist management industry in India. Till now, we did live concerts across the globe, but now everything has stopped. How you think we can find alternate solution of doing business digitally? I think this question, and you can ask Q during the workshop.
Yep.
Because this is a great question, really. Please
Yeah,
join
great
the
question, and we will discuss it.
workshop and ask this question, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
See
speakers, for great information. Thank you for sharing. We take a break for 10 minutes just to fill in our glasses and go ahead for the workshops in 10 minutes.
Go
If
ahead.
you want to join our workshops, please message me or our technical staff, and we will include you in the list. Thank you so much. Break 10 minutes, and then we go.
Thanks.